Welcome to another episode on our channel. Here is Captain America. We did an Iron Man bust a while back, and this is the second bust my husband made. Unlike Iron Man, which came close to perfection, as perfect can get, this one had some modeling problems, just slight modeling problems. Nothing caused by structural supports, because actually the shield had some problems. There's no way for a shield really to fail per se. But anyway, the outside of the shield. So, and it had actually, indents in it. It's covered it up with Magic Sculpt, and I think we're good to go. Covered up some other areas with Magic Sculpt. And again, like I said, I think we're good to go. So we'll do a turn tray thing and kind of see him from different angles. Wasn't able to show you the resin side of the house because we we just didn't have time to film that part. But we got the silver part. I'll try to do the wash as quickly as I possibly can today, and should get that up. And in the next episode, hopefully, if I can do this all tonight, we'll be able to see Captain America, Iron Man, the new ones with the old ones with our Kotobukiya set. So we'll be back in a second. We'll put him on a tray and try to see him from different angles. So here he is, and he's going to look flat without some details coming out, and that's where a black wash can really do magic. So let's just go around and see him from different angles. Right now he's very flat, very silver. But once I have a chance to work on him, I think he'll start to sing. All right. There he is. So we'll pause now, and I'll do what I can in terms of a wash. I want to keep as much silver as possible. I just want to have the sections that are like creases and, just normally would have kind of life to it. I'll try to get some black wash into those arenas and keep as much of the silver as I possibly can, just like I did with Iron Man. So wish me luck. We are back, and he's gotten a black wash, and I think he looks a lot better, less flat. The problem with Captain America compared to Iron Man is that he has a lot of competing lines. When you want to kind of wipe away excess paint, you want to do it at right angles, 90 degrees perpendicular. But he's got lines that are vertical and semi-horizontal, angled, all in very, very tight, narrow spaces. So when you try to wipe things away, you actually are wiping away, in some spots, the darkness within a line. So this made it very tricky, and I had to actually use more dabbing than wiping away. So I couldn't keep as much silver, pure silver, as I did, I think, with Iron Man. I still think he'll look good with the Kotobukiya figures. This Captain America and Iron Man that we did, I think they still complement each other very nicely. But I wish I could have kept the silver brighter versus darker. So anyway, we'll pause now and get him on a turn tray so you can see him from different angles. Even though I wasn't able to keep as much silver as bright as I wanted to, I'm still pleased with the outcome. I think Captain America and Iron Man, in conjunction with the Kotobukiya older looking or vintage looking figures, I think everything will look pretty darn good. So let's go around and you can see that when you get the darkness and the creases, that it just creates more definition. It makes the figure less flat, what I call flat. And I do like the statue in the sense that he is like in motion, ready to throw his shield at someone, or catching his shield after having thrown it. It's just a dynamic pose. I like it. So we'll pause and try to get a tighter close-up of him. Here's a beautiful example where all the lines are crisscrossing, up, down, around, all over the place. So it makes it hard to know which direction to go in terms of wiping the paint off. Eventually, I had to kind of just try to take the paint off in certain sections, but that slows taking the paint off. It slows that process down. And so to maintain the bright silver gets a little more challenging with a bust like this, where there's competing lines. But in the end, I'm still happy with the end outcome. We'll just kind of go around and see. And I think when we get Captain America out with Iron Man next to the vintage Kotobukiya set, they'll both still look awesome. Yeah, again, when you get to the shield, competing lines, I mean, the lines are not just completely vertical or completely horizontal. They're circular. So where to brush the paint off is the problem. I eventually just kind of tried to take the paint off in the inner parts. And, you know, it's not perfect, but it still works. So there you go, Captain America. Here's our Captain America figure again. He's going to be a little more darker, dingy compared to the Iron Man, where I was able to keep the silver as bright as possible. But the Iron Man didn't have as many competing lines as this figure does. So obviously it would have been easy to have kept the black wash in the vertical spaces here with the pouches he has, because it's just vertical and the pouches are a little removed from the actual bust itself. So you just wipe across that, it's going to be a clean wipe. But where everything kind of is really condensed and crisscrossing and so forth, that's where it's going to be a little more grungy, I guess, is a good way to put it. Still, I like him. He looks good. I love the fact that he's, like I said earlier, getting ready to either throw his shield or it's on its way back and he's catching it. It looks awesome. It's a great pose, and I think he'll look great when we put him and Iron Man in front of the vintage looking figures from Kotobukiya. So here's one last look at our figure. I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.